Hey, welcome into the third episode of our new talk show, Talk Break, here on Good Guys Radio TV. And I almost said here on C103 and 99.5 The Edge. We're so used to doing like the radio side of things. This has been a nice little kind of different vibe for us here in the studio. And
it is.
Yeah, really cool. So hopefully everybody's enjoying it. We're now on our third episode. If you want to check out the others we've done previously, you can go back and see those in the archives on the Good Guys YouTube page. So how you guys been doing here lately? Everything's on the up and up. I mean, work-wise, we're getting ready to be busy. We're,
yes,
having fun right now.
Right. So, yeah, just as a recap, I am coming back from my vacation, which was well-needed, well-rested.
Yeah, so you do yours before the Adams County Fair. I'll do mine after the Adams County Fair, so I'm fully exhausted by the time I go.
I know. Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth whether I should have taken the vacation after the fair.
Right.
But how I see it is just I'm already exhausted now.
Oh, okay. So
That's all rest up.
Ready. Maggie took vacation in
the last
middle
week
of May, right?
Yeah.
So
she was way exhausted.
She was like, "I'm done. I'm out.
After basketball and baseball, ready for a nap."
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel it. I've been really looking forward to one, and glad that I finally got one. It's kind of one of those things where, like, you keep saying, like, I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to take a vacation. But then, like, by the time it's over with, it's cold outside again.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't want to take another winter vacation of just sitting in my home doing nothing. I just chose to sit in my home and do nothing when it was warm.
The hot summer months, yeah.
Well, when I take a vacation, I can't just sit still.
Yeah.
So, like, when I took my vacation, I power washed the house. I cleaned the house. I did all these things. I cleaned other people's houses. I couldn't sit down.
Houses got cleaned during her vacation.
Very clean.
I mean, that's not bad. That's a good way. So, unfortunately, I've been here long enough that I've garnered an extra week of vacay. So, like, I have one actual week where I take a vacation, we'll go somewhere and do something, right? And then the other two are usually spent on exactly that, where, I'm not going anywhere, doing anything. I'm just going to take a few days here, get stuff that needs to be done around the house.
Right.
And, like, reset so I can go work some more.
That's kind of another thing when it comes to adulthood is that, like, with the whole work thing, is you always have these ideas, especially, like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, when I'm at work in my head on my idle periods of my brain, where if I'm not talking and interacting with you folks out there, I'm in my head thinking, like, the list of things I need to do.
Oh,
like,
see, I don't have that.
Yeah? You don't do it?
I am very fortunate. My wife is one of the most organized people I know, and, like,
I
know I'm the bane of her existence because I won't say I'm disorganized. I just don't do that. I'm a one task at a time kind of person, and I like to get that task entirely done. I don't like stopping in the middle of stuff. So, like, that can be really problematic and troublesome to where I have to, like, create breaking points on a bigger project. So, yeah, and then it takes me a while to come back to that because I'm like, well, I didn't finish it the last time. Probably not going to finish it this time. So, but yeah, she's a like 20 things. You guys know this very well by our computer tabs where, like, I will only ever have one or two things open at a time, period. That's it. Kristen has, like, I kid you not, like 37 tabs on
like
our
her
laptop
brain?
right now. Yeah.
The Google
That's what my
Chrome
brain
tab
is.
I can't do that.
And my brain is like, there's like 30 tabs open. There's music playing somewhere. I have no clue where it comes from. And you try to X out of it, and it doesn't go away.
Turns out it was in the Internet Explorer.
And not on Chrome.
Yeah, not even on Chrome, on a window minimized on a completely different browser.
So, Brandon, are you the same way then? You've got, like, those multiple tabs open, or is this like a men versus women type of thing?
Okay, so it's not like a problem where, not to say your wife has a problem. My apologies. But 38 tabs is a lot.
It is. Yeah,
It's a lot of tabs.
Bog
That
down
RAM is bogged.
Bogged down in your internet speed.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I don't have that much. I have usually like a solid 5 tabs open at all times, and they're all sometimes manageable, but also sometimes not.
Gotcha.
Sometimes they're not responding.
There's a virus somewhere.
And you're trying to click, you're clicking,
Just
you're clicking.
restart already.
Do not send report.
Send report, because it ain't going to go to nobody.
That's right. They don't need to know that I'm struggling right now.
Don't need the extra.
Going straight to doctor. No, I'm fine. I swear.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I don't envy you guys on that at all. I don't really understand that, me myself, but to each their own, however you get through life and make things work. But
So you have one tab at a time then?
yeah, one, maybe two,
Yeah.
that's about it. I just
Maybe 2.
just shut it
Maybe
down.
two.
When I'm done with it, I'll come back to it.
It certainly wasn't the logs tab.
No. Yeah. Thanks for calling me out. So, yeah, that is an interesting thing. The little inside the studio, like behind the curtain, if you will, of we all have certain things that we do on a day-to-day basis, and then there's those things that well, someone will get it, right? And somehow, some way,
Nobody gets it.
for some reason. The logs, which radio
Explain the
lingo,
logs
Are
a
behind the
little bit.
board, right, for today.
what you guys hear on the radio is essentially a big playlist that we have a program that it will take our radio music log and combine it with our radio commercial log, and then we will talk in between, like the songs and going into the ad breaks and all of that, right? So it's my responsibility to do the music log each day, and yet somehow, for some reason, that is such a sticking point in my mind that it's like we just talked about. I don't ever have that tab just running in the background. I have to go specifically go and open it and try to finish it out. So yeah, I was interrupted yesterday and didn't do it. So kudos to Brandon. Yeah, that's the great thing about the team. We usually pick up the slack.
Well, I wouldn't even call it slack either for Matt. It really just, it's just, we all have a lot of things to do, and Matt being one of the more things to do kind of guy. And sometimes things just happen day-to-day life.
Seemingly for some reason a lot with that one thing.
With logs.
It's because you purposely have to go in and make it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I know, I need to automate that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure that out
We'll get that
somehow.
one figured out?
Yeah,
maybe.
that'll be the next
I don't
step.
know. You're going to AI me out of a job eventually.
Yes, AI. Jeez, wow, that's a whole other talking point that I don't even have a thing to talk about on that one.
I do not have the bandwidth to deal with AI and the fears that comes with. So instead, we'll do what we do best. We're going to switch into some entertainment news stuff, starting with on the country side of things today. One of my favorite stories that's come out this week, because these folks are seriously one of my favorite celebrity couples out there. Thomas Rhett and his wife, Lauren. They are high school sweethearts that kind of drifted apart through their college years and then found each other again. And she had always kind of just been buddies, right? They were never deeply in love in school. He really, really liked her, wanted to date her, and she was always with someone else. And then they went away to college separately. But now they're back together, all these years later. They adopted because they weren't able to have kids. And then, no sooner did they adopt than all of a sudden, hey, well, turns out you're actually pregnant. So, it's one of they're super sweet love stories. So they got 4 kids under 6 or something. They are, anyways, super sweet. Like them a lot. But the story this week was Lauren talking about how she had kept Thomas in the friend zone for all of those years, and learned to appreciate him as a person, and then as a friend, and eventually the romance blossomed, which I think is such a super sweet love story. So yeah, really, really like that. My question spinning out from that, though, specific to our discussions here, is if that's ever happened to you guys, got stuck in the friend zone and love eventually blossomed, or was the opposite where there was that initial, attraction for, I'd like to date this person, that eventually kind of became a friendship through that relationship. So me personally, my wife, we happened to meet. We were having a business meeting of all things. She was working as a waitress at Frisch's at the time.
Yeah.
And so had a business meeting. We went in. We're having lunch. She was our waitress. I am a manners guy. So please, thank you. Probably
you are very
a little
mannered,
to the extreme,
well-mannered.
Right. And
any slight sneeze that someone makes in the office, if it's a little, ooh, you're bless you.
Yeah. I know I heard that. Yeah.
I heard that sneeze.
You definitely hear mine.
Yeah.
Oh. You're Maggie's and Don's.
Yeah, I don't have to listen for those. The neighbors.
They listen for you.
Right.
The monument company are like, is she next?
But to say, you don't hear my sneezes, they hear you.
Yeah. But at any rate, she made fun of me for having good manners and kind of struck up conversation from there. So it was a mutual, I guess, I hope, at least attraction on my part.
I mean, it's been quite a few years now that you guys have been together. So I say if the mutual feeling hasn't showed up yet, it probably has by now.
Yeah.
Or it never will. I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it was attraction per like we're going to date each other.
Yeah.
That led into she's my best friend, and we're
Sure.
super. I think we're super sweet. But
Right.
She's mostly sweet. I'm just there. But for you guys, like, has that ever happened? Your relationship, like that back burner kind of person, or that friend that became a relationship down the road?
Well, I mean, for me, I guess not to go too much into my past, because with me and my current wife, Sarah.
Your current wife, not your future wife, not your last wife.
My current wife, yes, the wife of which I have, and I would like to have forever.
The only one you have.
The only one I have.
Good save.
Forever. My vocabulary is not the best, I guess, on that one. But no, me and her, we just kind of like. Really, it was her who accidentally. She says she sent the wrong message to. She's supposed to send a meme to one of her friends on Facebook Messenger, but somehow accidentally sent it to me.
Oh,
Someone that she hasn't talked to since like 2017.
Right.
I don't know. I know she watches the show, so I can't say too much.
Gotcha. Yeah.
However, she says that she sent the meme to me incorrectly, but also was just like, but since I slid into your DMs,
since I'm already
tomorrow.
here,
yeah, since I'm already here, hey, you want to hang out
have any
sometime?
bread?
Yeah, any
Well,
bread.
that is sweet. So you guys were kind of sort of friendly, at least, though. Like,
I actually, funny enough, so to localize this show a little bit for any local people. We go to West Union High School. That's where we went. And obviously that's only like 5 minutes down the road from the station here. But yeah, so we both went to that school. And if you know that school at all in any capacity, just like the local counties around us, Seaman and Manchester, North or Peebles, all that, they all are the same kind of building. Very small comparatively to like a larger city school.
yeah.
So you would think, like, the graduating classes are like less than 100 sometimes, like 90 something, maybe give or take. So you would think, like, everyone there.
yeah.
Anyone and everyone, you would know them because of a small school. I have never talked to Sarah, and she was only one grade above me. Never talked to her my whole life at that school.
Wow.
And
That is like complete anomaly.
It is, and it's a small school, so you would fully think that, like, oh yeah, we've all talked,
Mm-hmm.
No, never did,
Well,
and it wasn't until after we graduated.
You're such a sporty guy. I mean,
Well, see, she was big into art, and I was big into
the arts.
arts as far as winter percussion. Yeah, winter percussion, band.
You were
all that.
performing arts, whereas she was visual arts.
Yeah. There's a difference.
Yeah.
A difference
Enough
enough
of
to
a
where
difference.
there's a whole other side of the school. Well, same wing, but different building or a different room and different schedules.
Your
and all
future
that.
wife was just 2 doors down from me
I
all
know.
that time.
I know, almost 3 doors down.
Almost
Not
3.
quite.
Copyright.
But yeah, exactly 3 vicinities away from the current position of which you're at.
There you go. So no friend zoning, nothing like that.
Not
That's
with
good.
Sarah.
Okay, but you have been.
I have been friend zoned
Yeah.
in the past.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I mean way back in high school when I was, as my future wife was there, just not
making
not,
art.
Yeah,
just down
making
the-
art, not hanging out with me. I've been friend zoned a few times. I think just because like I don't know, maybe flamboyant, maybe I don't know what the word is, but like I was always just like
Gentle.
yeah, I guess I was never a Chad. I never was a giga Chad.
A what?
A Chad?
A giga Chad.
Oh, a giga
What
Chad.
does that
Yeah.
mean?
Well, what is that? Is that that's a Z?
Is that a Gen
Chad
Z?
is
Gen Z?
I've never heard of Giga Chad.
Oh yeah,
Giga Chad.
Chad
Is
is
that like
just a step
Oh,
above.
just
so
step up.
mega?
It's a step
Like,
above,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so kind of like the Mojo Dojo Casa House
What?
What's that?
from Barbie?
Oh,
when
like
Ken
the
turned
movie.
Barbie's
I
dream
didn't watch
house.
the movie. I'm
The
sorry.
movie, yes.
I'm
you
behind
should.
on
watch the
that.
movie.
You need to
Yeah.
watch it, but it's Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House when he turns
Wow.
Barbie's dream house into his man cave.
I just didn't remember the name, but I
With
do remember
horses, furs,
They had
and
the-
lots of men.
every single TV was showing the same video of a horse running in slow motion.
Yes.
If you watch it, Matt, that's something that you have to watch.
Okay.
Is
Get
every single
eagle-eyed viewers notice.
yeah. There is there. Well, you don't even have to be eagle-eyed. Every TV that is shown on there is a picture of the same slow motion horse galloping.
Wow.
I don't know why
But
they
yes,
did that.
Brandon was not that in high school.
No.
I was not that. I was a nerdy little boy.
Yeah. Okay.
No, just a nerdy little guy.
So you got friend zoned.
Yeah, I did. Fortunately, it all worked out, and then we
Sure.
actually did date, and all was well for a while. Actually, we dated even outside of high school.
Yeah.
However, as you go into college, things shift over. And
For sure.
that was the end of it. But it's all good because then years and years later, I found Sarah.
That's
So
right.
funny how that works.
Oh.
So yes, friend zoning does suck though, because you as the person who likes that person, the other
Right.
equivalent,
Right.
you're like, oh man, like this could totally work out. All you gotta do is give me a chance, But they're like, bro, dude, you're being way too much.
Being a total Chad right
Being
now.
a total
Did I
giga
use
Chad.
that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm not.
Yeah, because you're not the one that's panini pressed. That's a gypsy.
Yeah.
It's a Gypsy Rose quote now.
Okay.
We're going into different territories, but yes, friend zoned.
Okay, Maggie,
No.
friend zone. You would probably be the one who'd be friend zoning people.
Yeah, I
because
actually-
she's the female.
I actually.
Is that how it works?
I don't
I
know.
think females are more likely to friend zone than
Wow.
Well, I did actually friend zone my current fiance.
Wow.
point taken.
There you
It
go.
worked out though. So we had a friend who, shout out to Madison, who was one of our friends. We had like an invisible string. We had tons of different friends that like interwoved. We never knew each other because I'm from one small town. He's from another small town, 20 minutes down the road. Our paths never really crossed at all. But actually couldn't find out our paths did cross a lot more than we thought they did. But yeah, Madison was like, "Hey, you guys should hang out one day." So hung out one day. I was like,
Nah,
This ain't the guy.
this ain't it.
I was like, but he was very persistent. So persistent insistence,
I do.
as Matt
yeah,
likes
that's
to
one
use.
of my terms. Yeah. Insistent persistence or
That's it.
persistent insistence.
One of those two.
As
Either
the
way.
insistent persistence.
It's
That's
flippable.
Yeah. Well, he was very persistent,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually, obviously,
He-
things worked out.
He pulled out the Giga Chad.
The Giga Chad pulled out a
No.
ring. Yeah.
Pulled out yeah, actually, not only that, but he literally, proposed to you.
Yeah. So that's.
If I had that video right now, I'd pull
I
it up.
actually do have the video, but it's not. We don't have it ready.
Yeah, sorry.
Not prepared for it.
Not
Well,
much
at-
production value into this.
At any rate, though, friend zoning not great.
Not great.
Happens a lot, usually to the guy.
Yep.
It seems to be.
End of story. So,
I mean, I of course everyone has their own mileage. Their
Yeah.
mileage may vary. To say that I've never friend zoned somebody, there was one particular person. It was a girl. Back in I was in like 9th grade, 10th grade, something like that.
Just
okay,
little
so does
Brandon.
that count when you're in high school?
Unless
Like
you.
you're growing into your emotions. You don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
but I mean, like, I'm not that far from the same person I am, or different from the same person I was then to where I am now. I mean, I got more like mileage on me, but I wouldn't call myself like,
his bones are old.
yeah,
My bones are creaky, but
Yeah.
outside of that, I'm
need-
just the same.
He's like
Just
a glow
about.
stick.
I'm glowing, man. That's why they say you glow in your what is it, 60s? Is that when
It's
you're
called your golden age.
No
your
idea.
golden age is-
Golden age.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
gold usually glows.
Yeah. Well, I am closer to my 60s than I am like my teens again.
That's
I guess.
terrifying to think about,
Isn't it?
Let's say you are closer to 60 than birth.
isn't it?
I'm close. Yeah. I am closer to 60 than I am birth.
Like a British person, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. So from there, we're going to talk a little. Well, that was country music news in a weird way, I guess, roundabout. But
Basically, friend zone news.
we'll go from being friend zoned to getting to work together. This past week, Shaboozey, man, he's having a moment right now.
Yeah.
As,
Which, for the people who don't know, Shaboozey is that in the bar getting tipsy. song.
stole the song. My
Did
wife's
the
so
flow.
furious about that because
Absolutely,
the
great
original
theft.
Tipsy was like a 2000s club theme,
Yeah.
and she, was in that era. Now, Shaboozey's come along just to steal that thunder.
Well,
Still a
it is
thunder.
also
I
a
like
very.
it, though.
It's a very
like it.
popular song in bars now.
Yeah, so see, exactly. He's just continuing the legacy of the song.
I didn't realize that it was like a pull-off till one of you guys pointed it out to me.
There you go. See? You'd never know. That happens all the time, though. Like, that's happened...
Like, generationally.
Exactly. In the eternity of music. In fact, Ed Sheeran just had a whole big, like, lawsuit last year from Marvin Gaye's estate saying, you ripped this song off. He's like, you literally can't rip a song off because there's only so many notes.
Right.
Okay?
What are you going to do? Copyright notes?
Right. Exactly. Copyright the word the.
The.
Ohio State. You can't do it. So, anyways, Shaboozey... talking with like his dream collaborations, because once you get a little notoriety, people are like, yeah, that dude's cool, I'd like to work with them. So he says that right now, like, top of his list, Sabrina Carpenter. Of course, she's having kind of her own moment in the pop music scene with Espresso. I like that song a lot. I don't want to like that song as much as I do, but I like that song a lot.
There's a couple of guilty pleasure songs.
Yeah, it's fine.
She has a new song that she just released that is taking the TikTok world by storm. Please, please,
Taking
love
the
it
TikTok?
to death.
Wait, the song is called Please, Please, Please?
Please, please, please.
That's a song by the Smiths, right? Please, please, please let me. Anyway, we're not going to sing it because I'll suck,
don't. Well, and also you may not suck just enough to get a copyright strike. I'll be like, wait a minute, what did he say? He said please 3 times in succession.
That copyright.
Two different songs. But that one's taking the world by storm. Espresso was good.
Espresso. Anyway, I like the.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Espresso
with an X.
No X. Please, no X. Don't do that to me. Espresso.
Yeah.
But anyways, it made me think, like, favorite collaborations. There's a bunch of really good duet songs or like feature songs. In fact, I think we were just talking like Dido before we started. What a deep cut, but did Stan with Eminem, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
so, that's not really a duet. That's like a collaboration / sample.
Yeah, it's kind of more of like a sample with permission, because I don't think she was there in the room with him. I mean, she already laid down the whole song, and he's just like, I'm going to use that.
I like that song.
I like that.
So, best collaborations, though. Best duets. I told you guys to be thinking about this. So, like,
Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Don't Go Breaking My Heart. I couldn't if I tried.
I think a big controversial one is when... Is it Florida Georgia Line? Did a song with Nelly?
I can't say it.
FGL and Nelly. Yeah. And that was like a full on remix. Like they had Cruise. And then they fully remixed it. Nelly did like Nelly featuring Florida Georgia Line on Cruise. So
I love it though.
You like
that's
that
another it's a banger.
You're gonna go with that's not your favorite all time.
Like my favorite song ever?
No, like your favorite collaboration of all time.
Oh. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think about, like, what's my favorite collaboration. I don't even think about what's my favorite song.
Favorite duet. You don't have a favorite song?
I listen to so much music.
Oh, man.
That's what we do for a living.
Like, and we do listen to it a lot. Like in C103, like the radio station here, I'd say probably Hardy Truck Bed would be one of my...
Well, that's not a collaboration.
When that song comes on, I'm like...
Yeah, that one.
I woke up,
I'm not the biggest Hardy fan, but that song did grow on me rather quickly.
It slaps, as the kids say.
It slaps.
Right?
Slap my truck bed.
Anything that involves collaboration-wise, either... This is crossing all genres. Noah Kahan, Hozier, Casey Musgraves, and Zach Bryan, because they've all intertwined and done songs together.
Yeah.
Those collaborations are my favorite.
So you're going like current stuff. Like, I've been like racking my brain of like the past 100 years to try and think of what is my favorite duet song. As far as like country music goes, it's got to go to the one and only Miss Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. Islands in the Stream, one of the greatest duet songs of all time. That and Reba McEntire and Linda Davis's Does He Love You? Because I love that song because it's like both sides of the cheating song, which is like, just perennial country music thing. So I really had to think hard on the pop side, though. And this is such a deep cut thing, Adele had the song Easy on Me that was on her 30 album, right?
I believe, maybe. Anyways,
her latest album, right? So, Easy on Me, really good song. I like Adele's voice a lot. I think she's one of like the great voices of modern day.
I agree with that.
On a specific release, it might have been like a Target exclusive or something, she duetted it with Chris Stapleton. And it was so good. Chris Stapleton, again, kind of falls into the
Love
country
Chris
music
Stapleton.
scene, but like Chris's voice, the dude's an angel. He's a bearded angel.
He
Okay?
is.
Long-haired, bearded angel. That's my answer for like pop. But countryside, Linda Davis, Ruby McEntire, and Dolly and Kenny.
I love cross-genre covers. Like, was it Garth Brooks? Or I want to say it was Garth Brooks who did Make You Feel My Love.
Oh, yeah. Now, Brandon...
And then Adele covered that, and that's my favorite version.
Right. Brandon is big on who actually wrote Make You Feel My Love. Was that another one of your Bob Dylan songs?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the record out there, anyone who likes music, Bob Dylan probably made it.
A lot of it. Yeah. Surprisingly. Like,
Yeah.
We go through this all the time. Like, we throw out a song. Sure enough, Bob Dylan, the original. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, he is like the ghostwriter for so much music that you're listening
Is
to
he still
now.
alive?
Oh
Yeah, he's still
yeah.
kicking.
He's a skeleton.
Yeah. I mean, the times they are a-changing, but he's still there.
he may have
He
changed,
is
but he's
not.
still there.
But yeah, like, even if he didn't write it, like, clearly influenced so much of what current modern-day popular music is.
Yep.
Comes from Bob Dylan, so.
Yeah, it's insane. Even Kid Cody, you know him, right?
Yeah.
The rapper.
Yeah.
He even samples.
Kid Cudi.
Is it Cudi?
Cudi.
Yeah.
I was like, who are you talking
Everyone
about?
knew.
Cudi.
Well, you said yeah.
I was like,
So
yeah.
he must have just generically was just
Waves,
like.
right? Was that his big album, Kid Cudi? Waves? I'll
Sure.
have to go back and look it
I
up
don't
now.
know. All I know
I
is
can
that
imagine the one song in my head right now.
yeah,
That's it. Kid
you
Cudi.
can't sing it though.
No, I will not sing it.
Copyrighted. But yeah, even Kid Cudi, right?
Get it right.
Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Even he sampled from old Bobby D himself. So, anyways, Bob Dylan, crazy man, always doing something.
Always something. But Bob Dylan doesn't rank amongst like your favorite all-time songs.
I still cannot tell you
You
what
couldn't
my
pick.
favorite song would be.
I can right now.
Because it's
either.
generational.
I can't
It's
either.
like every couple years I have like a new favorite.
The thing about me is if I like a song, I listen to it till I literally cannot stand to hear it anymore.
That's kind of how I am. I think they call it autism. I don't know, but that's how I am with it though. Is that like I'll literally be like, I love this song, play, and I'll be like, and then of course I'm like also in the audio, like old audio equipment.
You're like,
so then I'll
oh,
like
this
record
sounds
it to, like,
stupid.
tape and stuff, and I'll like record it on tape and play it back and play it on my phone and compare what it sounds like, and I'm nuts.
You're like, I hate this song now.
Nuts. Yeah.
And then I'm like, then I listen to it so much, I'm like, okay, all right.
I'm
done.
done with this. Check it
My
out.
obsession is
Straight
over.
up.
Burn all
Yep.
the tapes I just recorded.
Yep,
Get
pretty
rid of
much.
them.
And then-
I'll copy over them.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
song sucks now.
And then a year later, you're like, oh, I forgot about that song. I love that song.
It'll happen sometimes. It'll be like, it'd probably take more than a year, like 2 years or so.
Yeah,
It'll be
I'd say
like-
that.
I'll like listen to it again and be like, this was a good song.
You're like, oh, I feel nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you think about like when that song was big for you in the past. and you're
We've
like,
talked about this
I remember
before
those memories.
with like 2010s dance music.
Yeah,
Look at
Brandon,
this
for some
photograph.
reason, that is Brandon's
Is
like
that your
era.
favorite genre, Brandon?
2010 and maybe 11.
Look at this photograph.
That's
We-
younger. That's older than
Listen, Nickelback will come get you.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
They want that.
Yeah,
money.
they want that money. I mean, look at this rectangular object of which there's printed material on.
There you got it.
of memory.
Every
That's
time
better.
it makes me
Makes me
breathe
giggle.
out and
It makes
excitement.
sounds.
Favorite song that I like. It's weird you guys say you can't pick one because mine is Jeff Buckley's cover of
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Love that song
Yeah.
so much.
Thanks,
yeah.
Shrek.
Unfortunately, it's
Oh, Green
no,
Ogre.
That's Rufus Wainwright's
I know.
version.
We've
It
already
was
had this
good.
discussion too.
Not a non-copyrighted green mythical
Right?
being
Yeah, that's exactly
that
right.
lives in a mud pit.
Right.
Mud pit and a land
It's-
near
His
the
own.
land. The distance is farther and further and further away.
Yes.
Well, glad we can at least revisit Shrek once an episode, or untitled mythical green creature.
Untitled. Unknown artist.
Right. So there you go. Favorite songs. You guys want to give us a shout out? Let us know down in the comments below. Favorite
Yeah.
collaboration, duet. Do I stand correctly on thinking that Linda Davis, Reba McEntire, Does He Love You, and or Islands in the Stream by Dolly and Kenny. Greatest duet of all time. Am I wrong? If there's a better one, let us know down in the comments. And your favorite song.
Yeah.
Drop that down there too.
If he's absolutely wrong,
please
say it,
don't.
and then it'll boost engagement.
There you go. Yeah. I don't want to be wrong, but music is such a subjective thing. I'm fine thinking
If
that
I'm wrong,
not 100% correct. So.
I don't want to be right.
That's right. So
That's right.
with that, that's going to wrap up our show for today. Guys, any closing thoughts? I know we're kind of busy, as we've talked about in past episodes, gearing up for all of the summer
Yes,
stuff.
Yeah.
coming
I
up.
did just want to mention that
The Adams County Fair.
I'm going to pull it up right now. The Adams County Fair is just a week away.
Yeah, crazy.
Insane.
Next Saturday? Yeah, next Saturday. Because a little extended this year.
They
We
added
a day
Saturday
ahead.
to the list now.
Yeah. So we'll start things off on July 6th. Opening ceremonies, grand parade, Queen and King contest, all that fun stuff. That's going to come to you live on C103, 99.5 The Edge, Good Guys Radio TV, and then a full week of hanging out at the fair, enjoying the food, the fun, the festivities, and all the shows. And
That would be
try
fun.
it.
I mean, I can't guarantee nothing. It may not have the multicam set up like this, but if there's at least a way we could, I want to do some food comparisons.
we can do that.
And just, I don't know, just like set out the booth and
Chill.
all be very hot
With a fan.
and sweat.
Basically,
Hotter
this
than the
means
studio is right now.
Right.
basically
Oh, yeah.
this means that Brandon wants to eat elephant ears in front of a camera.
Oh,
You don't
I
want to
didn't
see
really
that.
think about that, actually.
I'm going to have to switch from me the whole
We'll
time.
have to keep it like pre-cut pieces so that we don't have to like
Ooh.
shovel in
Struggle.
and rip. And we're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
no one wants to see that. Then again, though, weirdly enough, YouTube has an interesting demographic with people liking to see people eat food.
I don't get that.
There's so many food channels.
I know.
Yeah.
Whether
I
it be
like
Red,
watching
Red
people
Link,
cook
that
food.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast does, yeah. a lot of that.
Who's the
Copper.
other guy who sits in his car and just like
Oh,
eats food?
I don't know. There's lots of those, but I when you said eating foods, I thought of Good Mythical Morning because they eat weird different foods.
They do.
Like
They do.
trying
Yeah.
a 10-year-old Pringle or like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Which our boss just so happens to have some old crackers.
I'm not doing it. We've already had this discussion. It's not happening.
We could still do it. We'll get the subscribers. We'll get the clicks.
Okay.
Woo-wee.
Well,
All right.
we'll
All
see.
right.
That's going to do it for this edition of Talk Break. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure to click that bell so you get a notification when we launch new episodes. And stay tuned here on the Good Guys YouTube page and also over on goodguysradiotv.com and our Good Guys Facebook page as we continue with coverage gearing up from all of our local fairs and festivals. So looking forward to it. That's going to do it. Thanks for joining us here, and make sure to join us next Friday and every Friday at 9 a.m. for more Talk Break here on Good Guys Radio TV.